Before we continue Ethan's journey, here's what happened. Ethan grew up in a small village where his parents worked tirelessly every day to give him a better future. His father spent long hours carrying bricks at construction sites, while his mother worked late into the night sewing clothes just to pay for his education. They sacrificed everything they had because they believed their son would one day achieve the dreams they never could. But Ethan believed he had something his parents didn't: time. Every day he promised himself he would study tomorrow. He would work harder tomorrow. He would change tomorrow. Instead, he spent his nights watching videos, scrolling through his phone, and wasting the most valuable thing he owned without even realizing it. One ordinary morning, while walking to school, Ethan noticed an old man sitting alone on a wooden bench in the village park. The old man looked up, smiled, and for reasons Ethan couldn't explain, that single moment changed everything. Now, let's continue the story. The next morning, Ethan couldn't stop thinking about the old man. There was something different about him. Every single day, he sat beneath the same old oak tree with a small leather notebook resting on his lap. He never looked bored. He never looked lonely. He simply sat there in complete peace. The villagers barely noticed him anymore. Some believed he had lost his mind. Others thought he was simply waiting for the end of his life. Children ran past him without paying attention. Adults walked by without saying a word. But the old man never seemed to care. Every morning he opened his notebook, wrote something on a single page, closed it gently, and smiled. For weeks, Ethan watched him from a distance. The mystery kept growing inside him. Finally, after school one afternoon, he gathered enough courage to walk over. "Good afternoon, sir." The old man looked up with kind eyes. "Good afternoon, my boy. I've been wanting to ask you something." "Go ahead." "I see you here every day. You always write in that notebook." "What do you write?" The old man smiled. Instead of answering, he handed the notebook to Ethan. "Take a look." Ethan carefully opened it. Page after page contained nothing except dates. No stories, no drawings, no poems, and only dates. Hundreds of them. He looked confused. "I don't understand." The old man gently took the notebook back. "Each date represents one day of my life. When the day ends, I write it down, so I never forget that it's gone forever." Ethan frowned. "You write only the date?" The old man nodded. "Because every single day is priceless. No matter how ordinary it seems, no matter how boring it feels, you will never live that exact day again." Ethan sat quietly beside him. For the first time in a long while, he wasn't thinking about his phone. He wasn't thinking about school. He was simply listening. The old man looked at Ethan and asked, "Tell me something. If someone offered you $10 million, but in return, you would never wake up tomorrow, would you accept?" Ethan answered immediately. "No, never." The old man smiled. "Then your tomorrow is worth more than $10 million. He paused for a moment before continuing. "And yet, every single day, people trade that priceless tomorrow for things that don't matter. They waste hours scrolling through their phones. They postpone their dreams. They delay saying I love you to the people who matter most. They believe there will always be another chance. But time has never belonged to anyone." The wind gently moved through the branches above them. For a few moments, neither of them spoke. Then the old man pointed toward the village cemetery in the distance. "Do you know what's buried there besides people?" Ethan looked toward the cemetery. "No." The old man's voice became softer. "Unwritten books, unstarted businesses, unspoken apologies, forgotten dreams. Songs that were never sung, inventions that were never created, People who spent their entire lives waiting for the perfect time. And that perfect time never came. Those words struck Ethan's heart. He had never thought about life that way before. The old man looked at the setting sun. I wasn't always the man sitting on this bench. When I was your age, I also believed tomorrow was guaranteed. I had dreams. I had plans. I had people who loved me. But I kept saying, I'll do it later. His smile slowly disappeared. I thought I had plenty of time. I was wrong. Ethan leaned forward. What happened? The old man looked toward the horizon, his eyes filled with memories. I'll tell you. But not today. Come back tomorrow. I'll tell you the story that changed my life forever. Ethan wanted to ask another question, but something told him not to. He simply nodded. Thank you, sir. As he walked home, the old man's words echoed in his mind. Your tomorrow is worth more than $10 million. That night, for the first time in years, Ethan picked up his phone. He stared at the screen, then quietly placed it back on the table. He opened one of his old school books instead. It wasn't a big change, but every great journey begins with one small decision. Little did Ethan know, the old man's story would soon reveal a truth so painful. It would change his life forever. To be continued.